It's the 20th of January. Tottenham currently sit 15th in the league, just 8 points off the relegation zone. And Tottenham are still backing Ange Postecoglou. The 20th day of the transfer window, and we have brought in a goalkeeper. We haven't brought in a centre-back to cover for Romero, Van de Ven, Davis, or Radu Dragusin. We haven't brought in a forward now because we're going to be without Dominic Solanke for up to 6 weeks. We haven't brought in a fullback to really give us cover for Udogie or Porro. And the hierarchy at Tottenham are still backing Ange Postecoglou, who this season is statistically the worst manager we have ever had. We can talk about injuries as much as we want. Everton beat us yesterday with 7 injuries. We have lost to Forest, Bournemouth, Ipswich, Crystal Palace, Everton, failed to beat Leicester and Wolves. The only side that we have beaten in the last month is Southampton, and they are bottom of the league and are in the pits. This football club has got no idea what we're doing. We are a disgrace. The manager is out of his depth and tactically inept. The recruitment is diabolical and has been diabolical for years. Daniel Levy's got the audacity to show his face at Goodison yesterday when we're in the pits, we're in the trenches. I don't know how the hierarchy of Tottenham can possibly be behind Ange Postecoglou when we have won 7 of 22 games. That is disgraceful. Make sure you go down, drop a like if you haven't already. Make sure you have that subscribe button. We are steamrolling our way towards 50,000 subscribers. Hit this button. We're about 300 away now from 41k, which is nuts considering we only hit 40k only a couple of days ago. And 89% of you that watch the content is not subscribed. So go down and do that. This comes out from Ali Gold, who is essentially the spokesperson from Tottenham. He's the most reliable journalist out there. Spurs remain intent on trying to help Ange Postecoglou rather than removing him from his position at this moment in time. So if they're trying to help him, then go and give him a forward that can put the ball in the back of the net. Go and give him some defenders that can actually defend. As much as, even if we went out there and brought in 2 or 3 good, decent players, I don't think overall it improves us that much, because we are that bad. The system we play, we're so easy to play against. So easy. Jamie Carragher said it 5 or 6 times yesterday on commentary that it's like watching some academy players and the coaches tell them, yep, don't worry, the game doesn't matter, the matches don't matter. That's 3 Premier League defeats in a row, 4 defeats in our last 6 games, 0 wins in 6, 1 win in 7, 1 win in 10 Premier League games. That is relegation form. And everyone keeps saying, oh, we're not in a relegation battle, etc., etc., etc. If Wolves win tonight against Chelsea at the Bridge, which Chelsea aren't exactly in the best of form, but if they did go and get a draw, or even, let's say they got a draw, right? They're only 7 points behind us. And Wolves at this moment in time are on 16 points. Look at that form. Ipswich Town are in better form than us. Wolves are in better form than us. Everton are in better form than us. West Ham have sacked their manager because Lopetegui wasn't good enough. Ten Hag wasn't good enough. They sacked their manager. They're above us. Crystal Palace are above us. It's absolutely insane what we're witnessing. And fans are still out there. The board is still out there defending this manager. We can talk about injuries as much as we want. But at the end of the day, even with these injuries, no one would have taken players out of that. No one, is taking Milenko and O'Brien as a fullback pairing over Porro and Spence. We're not taking Gay and Mangala over Bergvall and Sarr. We're not taking Lindstrom over Kulusevski. We're not taking Ndiaye over Son. You're not taking Calvert-Lewin over Maddison. So how was it Everton were able to score 3 goals against us. They haven't scored 3 goals since the 4th of December, and that is the only time this season they have scored 3 goals, was that one game against the Wolves. I don't understand how people are backing this manager. He absolutely stinks. Stinks. And you look at the fixtures we've got coming up, I'll tell you now, we've got an away game on Thursday against Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim right now are in the trenches just like us. They're 15th in the Bundesliga. But we have got to go there when the pressure is on and win that game. And if we don't win that game, the likelihood is we will be in the playoffs. And the playoffs are on the 13th and 20th of February. Which, funny enough, is sandwiched in between the Liverpool and Aston Villa games. Sorry, sandwiched in between Villa and Man United and Ipswich. So we potentially could have, in February, Brentford, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Man United, Ipswich, City, and 2 playoff games. 8 games in February. And that includes a winter break for a week. We got Brentford, Liverpool, and Villa back to back to back. Back to back to back. I'm expecting 3 wins. 3. If we can't beat Elfsborg, Leicester, and Hoffenheim, then we may deserve to go down, because surely we can beat Leicester, who have lost 6 games in a row. Clearly, they're still backing this manager. I've got no idea why, but we are in big trouble. Big trouble. Big trouble. And if we don't pull our finger out, relegation may be on the cards. Genuinely. It's unacceptable. It's absolutely unacceptable. The transfer news is quiet. We're not signing anyone by the look of it. And I look at us right now and I just think, how are we in this position? How are we in this position? Last year we finished 5th. We're in the Europa League. This season we'll be lucky to get in the top 10. Let's not even talk about top 4 right now. Let's talk about 10th. Fulham are 9 points ahead of us. 9 points ahead of us. Let's look at where the top 4 is. Manchester City are 14. Nottingham Forest are 20 points ahead of us. Look at that. Fulham. Would anyone have taken Iwobi or Smith Rowe at the beginning of the season? Would anyone have taken Anderson over Romero and Van der Ven at the beginning of the season? Thomas Frank, Brentford, 4 points ahead of us. West Ham, 2 points ahead of us. If we can't beat Leicester at the weekend, then sack him on the spot. I would have sacked him weeks ago. But clearly they're backing him. I've got no idea why. I'd love to know. I really would, because we absolutely stink. Absolutely flipping stink. It's not good enough. Simply not good enough. We've got big games coming up, and if we don't pull our finger out, we may even get relegated. In terms of the transfer news, there isn't a huge amount out there right now. Former Tottenham player Amido has gone on TalkSport and said, I don't think Ange or any coach is the problem. I think, honestly, the people on top, they've been running the club from a financial point of view, not from a football point of view. I feel sorry for every Spurs fan. Yeah. That 2 things can be right at the same time. We know Daniel Levy at this moment in time is getting a lot of heat, and deservedly so. But Daniel Levy is not responsible for Ange Postecoglou's tactics. So 2 things can be right at the same time. But fair play for Mido for coming out and saying it as it is. There's some transfer news from George Sessions saying Tottenham recall Dane Scarlett. Dane Scarlett's going to be our flipping forward, is he? If you don't laugh, you'll cry. He'll probably get loaned out to another championship club where he doesn't perform. Everyone's acting like this guy was going to be the second Harry Kane only a few years ago. So look, it is what it is. The football club is in the bin. We need to start doing something about this, like, because it's just unacceptable. It really, really is unacceptable. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of this, guys. I'm sick and tired of it. Absolutely sick and tired. Make sure you go and drop a like. Make sure you have subscribed. We're under 300 subscribers from 41,000. I'll put a transfer video out later as well, so make sure you check that out. But yeah, the position Ange Postecoglou has got us in at this moment in time is a relegation fight. So yeah, I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. I am out.